Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Second period, where players dash with skates aflash. The home team trails behind, but they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Third period, last game in the playoffs too. Oh, take me where the hockey players face off down the rink, and the Stanley Cup is all filled up for the champs who win the drink. Now the final flick of a hockey stick and a one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the home team wins the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black.
I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes.
I see a line of cars and they are painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back.
I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day.
I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black.
Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning.
I see your dirty face hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do your crime. Will you make your bed? I made mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. Forgot, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Now the son's disgraced, he who knew his father when he cursed his name, turned and chased the dollar, but it broke his heart, so he stuck his middle finger to the world, to the world, to the world. And you take your time, and you stand in line, where you'll get what's yours. I got mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. Forgot, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Yeah, Wayne's World, Planet Rock, panties drop, and the top. And she gon' rock to the camera stop. I sing about angels like Angel Eye. Rock. And pay my life. Rock. And Samadai. Rock. And Amanda and Tamara. Why I'm in here like, what's up, mechanic me? I can fix you up, I can pick you up, I can get down. Shout it, we could go wherever, just pick a town. And my jewelry is louder than an engine sound. Big egg rocks like on the ground. Dirty like socks that's on the ground. We say, because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I men's ice hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn. As the number 19th ranked Sun Devils play host to the Colorado State Rams. For Arizona State, they came off a tough two-game series against crosstown rival Grand Canyon University, narrowly losing Saturday night by the score of 3-2 in a shootout. Assistant coach Kelly Newton said that they try to mix up the lines to create some more energy and familiarity with the players, and it seemed to work out on Saturday night. And so it'll be interesting to see how the lineups are shaped for this game. The visiting Rams ended up coming off of a tough road trip in Oklahoma, but they ended up being victorious, sweeping both games on Friday and Saturday night in Norman. And so it's going to be a tough test for Arizona State to get back to their winning ways. Puck drop will be just under a couple minutes here on Arizona State Hockey YouTube.
Colorado is coming to town. our Sun Devils are going to melt them down. With the 3-game homestand this weekend, it's time to show them it's our town. They come from Mile High to meet their destruction in the desert. It's time for a push to the playoffs in Boston. ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube starts now!
And before we have puck drop underway, it's time to introduce tonight's starting goaltenders. For the visiting Rams, it'll be in between the pipes, number 31, Sam Simon. Ended up winning just recently on their recent road trip against Oklahoma, sporting a 9-10 record with a 381 goals against and a 904 save percentage. And for Arizona State, it'll be number 31, Dawson Rodine, a British Columbia native, sporting a 309 goals against with a 920 save percentage. As we are just able to have puck drop underway. And we're off here at Oceanside Ice Arena. Arizona State starting off with the opening possession of the game. The Bolt felt hurried a little bit. Is that puck just out of the reach of the Rams player? Icing's waved off. Rams trying to find it, but they turn it over to Tillman at the blue line. Tillman centering that one in front. Simon doesn't know where it is, and we'll finally have a whistle. Assistant coach Kelly Newton was happy with the effort shown on Saturday night by the Sun Devils against Grand Canyon. They're looking to try and carry that momentum into tonight. A 3-game homestand for the Sun Devils. That's the Colorado schools will be coming into town, and the Colorado Buffaloes will be coming in on Friday and Saturday night as that point shot from Olsen gets saved by Simon. Gets picked up by the Rams, but a errant pass and a hard skating Noah Decker's there first and dumps it in for the Rams. DeBolt trying to dig it out. He'll find Schultz. This is one of those newly created lines that the Sun Devils have tried to use on the forward end of things, as Studioso is now playing with Schultz. Centered out in front. Player trying to whack at it, but that doesn't find its way to the front of the net. The new Sun Devil coming in during the winter break. Ian Erdman is having trouble trying to get it out, and it's whistled down as we are just about 90 seconds into this hockey game if you're just joining us here tonight. Sun Devils will collect and throw it back in as Ty Marchand. Run around by the Rams, and Lackey had some miscommunication with Urban. He thought he had the blue line sealed, but it goes all the way down. Marchand's breakout pass gets blocked by the Rams, and they'll keep applying pressure, and Urban feels a lot of heat that he ends up playing it back to his own goaltender, and we'll have a stoppage with 18:06 in this first period. With the Sun Devils losing both games against Grand Canyon, they didn't fall too far down the rankings as they only dropped one spot in the newest ACHA rankings coming out this week. Sean Phillips unable to win the draw, and that shot from Mestis misses wide. That was a good opportunity for the Rams early. Trent Hines plays it up to Mestis. Rams with some speed. Fanning on the shot was DeBerardinis. Another shot was fanned, this time by Mastis, and the Rams have to take it out into the neutral zone. Osworth flips it up in the air. Doesn't touch the ceiling. It'll find Lackey. He hits the brakes. Waits for a couple recruits to come off the bench for Arizona State, but he turns it over. Brady Franklin, if you're a loyal Arizona State viewer, you might be noticing that he's might be playing out of position tonight, and that's true. He's normally a defenseman by trade, but he's been having some success on the fourth line for Arizona State, and he's out there as a forward tonight. Olsen unable to clear it out. That play was sealed by Ben Ford. DeBolt takes it out the other side, and a nice 360 spinorama allows him to enter the offensive zone. DeBolt trying to take that one in front, but nobody was there. Olsen fakes the pass. Quick snapshot on, and that's a stick stop by Simon. In the corner, Plurd playing with William Keller. Plurd again in the corner, dropping that back down low. Keller and Golden meet each other in the corner. At the point, Olsen delays to Tillman. Crossing pass to Erdman. His shot on rebound, Juicy in front. Still loose. It'll find Kylie Ram for Arizona State. Erdman shot on, that blocks as there was a sea of humanity in front. And the Rams will clear it momentarily. 15-50 in this first period. Erdman enters back in for Arizona State. Couple good shifts for the Sun Devils so far. As that pass ends up handcuffing Tillman, the Rams unable to get around Marchand as he shows Rudrow to the boards. He takes it himself now, kicks it out wide to Erdman. Centering out in front, and that goes behind the net of Simon. Kylie Ram takes it off the wall. His shot gets blocked up and out of play. Great shift by that forward line for Arizona State of Tillman, Kylie Ram, and Shaw. There's a couple of great opportunities for the Sun Devils on that shift. Draw one kept in by Young, and that point shot found its way to Simon, but it goes to the side. Decker is able to escape by a few Sun Devils, but he doesn't gain the center ice line, and it'll be whistled down for icing. A little frustration shown on the Colorado State bench as they thought that was a legal dump-in. The defenseman for Arizona State, Young, was getting a couple of instructions from the coaching staff for the Sun Devils, and face-off will be to the left of the goaltender, Simon. Studioso was trying to deke off of that face-off draw. He's almost was successful in doing so, but plays down the corner. Schultz with an active stick. Creates the turnover to Studioso. Studioso's snapshot on, and that's gloved by Simon. As that's a costly turnover if you're Colorado State. In hockey, they call both blue lines the gray zone, as any turnover in either blue line could create an odd man rush for the other team the other way. Draw one by Studioso at the point. Kruk. Snapshot on, but no traffic for Simon. Makes it easy stop. Kruk again. Indirect play to Studioso behind the net. Trying to wrap that in front. Does not find its way, though, to the middle of the ice. Studioso, his shot, his pass gets blocked. It'll find Young. Now swings back around to Schultz. Arizona State doing well in the puck racing department tonight as that point shot gets redirected high from Studioso. Rams just are able to clear as Kruk had the puck on his backhand side. It was a little tough for him to keep it in. And we'll have a whistle with 14:02 in this first period. So far early in this first period, all the plays been tilted down on Colorado State's end, as Arizona State's been doing a great job in the hustle department, winning those loose puck races. They dump it back in once again. Golden for for the Rams, unable to break it out. Lackey creates the turnover this time, and his short angle shot goes high. Kleiner, as he ends up getting taken down hard to the ice by Kate Olsen. Some physicality shown by the Sun Devils there. Rams still threatening. Olsen again. This time, the one-man wrecking crew ends up getting the puck and chipping it out of his zone. Golden takes a hard check, but it finds the stick of a teammate. Olsen and Mastis, as Olsen ends up touching the puck and it ends up getting whistled down, and we'll see what the actual call is. It looks to be maybe from a linesman, as Colorado State was offsides when they were entering the zone. Arizona State's arguing that that was a deliberate offsides play, then the faceoff should be in the offensive zone, but their arguing does not get rewarded. Rams go D to D. They play it down on Rodin, but he'll get rid of that puck quick to Marchand. Turned over by Ruda. And that shooting opportunity from Ford ends up going to the right-hand side and out of the zone momentarily, and Ford will dump it back in. A couple of international players for Colorado State, as one of them's out there right now, number 14, Stepan Ruda from Jaromir, Czech Republic. That shot off the rush by Phillips ends up getting saved, and Arizona State tries to regroup, but not a clean pass by Marchand, turns the puck over. Ehrman getting communicated to by his teammates that he had some time with the puck, and Sun Devils will slow it down. Franklin, great job by him of, again, winning that loose puck battle, negating the icing call, and forces Colorado State to have to break it out of their own end. They do so. Redrow and Kruk in the corner. Franklin hops in, gets caught up in the skates of Decker. He'll play it up to the point. Hines walks the line, but his pass gets taken away by Studioso. Could be an opportunity for ASU. Studioso deking around one Colorado State player. Franklin following up with the shot. Simon in good position. Kruk ends up pinning Decker to the wall. Puck back out to the neutral zone. The area pass, Tillman on the right side. Snapshot blockered away by Simon. Credit to Studioso with his great ice awareness to float that pass instead of a hard pass to Tillman to find him in stride. Blocker saved by Rodin, as that shot came that time by Colorado State from Anthony Colagrasso. There's an errant stick on the ice and ended up interfering with the play by Colorado State. Allows Arizona State to possess the puck in the offensive zone. 10:35 in this first period, 0-0. DeBolt swap spots. Now he takes the shot on, hits a leg in front. Trying to wrap that in front, and luckily for Simon, he had two Colorado State teammates there, but they ice it. Flirt in the circle for ASU against Colagrasso. Clean draw win again by Arizona State. They've been good in the circle. Point shot misses wide. Shaw shielding a couple Colorado State defenders. Will find Schultz. Schultz at the point. DeBolt gives it right back. Schultz, his shot on. CNI shot goes through to Simon. Another shot on, and Simon was alert to that one. Tired Colorado State group as they iced it earlier. as now they're able to make a couple changes on the forward line, but tired defense. And that point shot from Olsen is stopped by Simon as he had to go on his knees to look through those maze of bodies to find it. Draw one this time by Phillips, and that takes a deflection from Lackey's stick, but Simon alert. Definitely the busiest of the two goaltenders so far in this first period with an 11-3 shot advantage for Arizona State. Draw one by the Sun Devils again. Lackey shot on, and that whistles high. Pass picked off by Kleiner, but his pass got broken up momentarily. Phillips releases the pass quickly. Cooch hustling. Still trying to find it. Colorado State touches up, but it's whistled down, and it ends up being a penalty called against them. To be a slashing call, and Arizona State will be able to operate on the man advantage for the first time tonight. Max Kleiner, the Denver, Colorado native, will be heading to the box. Sun Devil unit out right now is Studioso, Shaw, Tillman, Lackey, and Marchand. Both teams trying to find it. It'll come to a Rams player's stick. Tillman unable to seal the wall. And Marchand's going to have to face the forecheck of Lukowski. Lackey drops off from Marchand. He enters in on the left side of the zone. Hits the brakes. Marchand again to Shaw. Rams doing a good job of keeping Arizona State out on the perimeter, and they'll have to regroup. Quick transition play to Lackey. Snapshot, he had some room, but missed just high on the glove side. 50 seconds elapsed so far. It's turned over directly to Ruda. Ruda's slap shot on, and Rodin had to squeeze the leg pads together, and we'll have a whistle. Looked to be some miscommunication for Connor Tillman, forward by trade, and he was elected to play defense on the power play, as most hockey teams do, utilize 4 forwards and 1 defenseman, and he had his signals crossed, ended up turning the puck directly over to Colorado State. Kylie Ram hesitates, rims it all the way back around. Down the corner, Kruk walks the line to Young. Kylie Ram trying to handle that pass, gets taken down, but gets some help from Plurd. Back to Kylie Ram, but that's sticked away by the Rams. Pass in the skates of Plurd. Asking for some help, he gets it, but as he does, whistles comes, and ends up being an interference call to Elliot Plurd for ASU, and that'll do it for the remainder of the power play. Ends up being a tough call for Arizona State, as it looked to be as the Sun Devils were able to outman the situation by the puck, but the referee deems that Plurd ended up holding his man a little too long, and so for 25 seconds, we'll have 4-on-4 play. Draw one by the Sun Devils. DeBolt has to be careful with it behind his net. Hosworth to Cooch. Cooch handling it. Up to the point. DeBolt. Back to Hosworth, and was almost able to find Cooch, but his stick got tied up. And now Colorado State's on the power play, so the Sun Devils will elect to play keep away and try to kill some of this clock out. Riley Huntbond gets around Phillips. At the point, one-touch passing by the Rams, and that shot gets blocked by Connor Kruk. Another shot on, that time from Colagrasso, goes high above the net. 60 seconds left on the power play for Colorado State. Max Kleiner to Maximilian DeBaradinis, and his shot goes up and high over to the other side of the zone. Comes back to Colorado State again. Shot on, and they score! Maximilian DeBaradinis ends up breaking the deadlock and giving Colorado State the first goal of the game. I have to give credit on that play as well to number 12, Max Kleiner, as he did a great job of battling with Phillips on the half wall to get that puck and release it, and to be able to give it to DeBaradinis for him to beat Rodin to the glove side. And as for much of this period, it's been a lot of Arizona State, but Colorado State ends up cashing in on one of their few opportunities so far in this first period. Hines and Schultz ends up getting taken down hard in the corner. Plurd at the point. Marchand wheels back up, just dumps it down. 5:40 remains in this first period. Sun Devils trying to stay the course. At the point, Marchand was not on the wall, has to go back in the center ice line and retrieve it. Rudrow. Miscommunication with him and Vickers, but they're able to get it out of their own zone, though. Alex Lakovsky gets around Marchand, and Rodin will just shepherd that one away from his net. Out in front, and he'll put his glove on it and get a whistle. It'll be interesting to see how Arizona State responds, as they've been the dominating team so far in this first period, and it can definitely be discouraging if you're dominating the play and your opponent ends up getting a quick one on you with only a few shooting opportunities that you gave up. But still a lot of time in this hockey game left for the Sun Devils. Kylie Ram wins a draw. The Bolt trying to get that pass away. He does to Shaw, but it's in his skates. Young slows it down in his own zone. Kylie Ram almost turns it over. Tillman chips it in. Kylie Ram centering that one in front, but it goes to a Ram player. Now at the point, Young is shot on, and Simon's there to stand tall as he makes that save with the crest of his jersey. The Rams are definitely a road-tested team, as they ended up sweeping 2 games on the road in Oklahoma against the Sooners previously, and also had to have one heck of a road trip against maybe some of the best in all of the ACHA, as they had to go to North Dakota and play Jamestown and Minot State. Definitely end up becoming a better team after facing those teams. Arizona State great in the draw tonight, as they're possessing the puck in the offensive zone again. Franklin braces himself from the hit with Ty Doan. Marchand. Now to Kruk. Kruk shot on, misses wide. Interesting on this shift, Marchand, who's a defenseman, he's out there now with Franklin and Keller as a forward. Puck still glued to the kick plate. No whistle yet. Rams fighting for it. They're able to break it out. The goal scorer, DeBerardinis. That attempt this time misses wide. Possessing the puck, Mestis. The Rams go D to D now, but it's a poor pass, and Ty Doan has to go back out and touch up. Cooch trying to get on it, and he creates a turnover to Phillips with speed. Drops it for Lackey. Lackey still with it to Cooch. Cooch, his backhand shot blocked by a kneeling Doan. 2:45 in this first period. Arizona State trying to tie this one up. Erdman with the slap shot. Centered out in front by Lackey, but Phillips wasn't ready for it. Colorado State clears it all the way down for an icing. As the Sun Devils, again, have been dominating this first period, you have to see that odds are in their favor that eventually one of these pucks are going to go in. Olsen just keeping that one in. His point shot gets blocked by a Kleiner and out to center ice. Rams with it now. They'll go ahead and dump it all the way down for an icing. They got to be careful as these icings start to mount up. It's going to be a tired group of Rams players out there, but also, too, is that the Rams have not been successful in the draw so far against Arizona State. This faceoff will be to the left of Simon. Draw one in the corner by Studioso. He's unable to pick off the D-to-D pass. But he'll do a good job on the back check, though to throw it back down. Sun Devils finally create that turnover. Studioso. That's its pocket picked by number 17, Nicholas Baltus. But the Sun Devils still working hard down below the goal line. Now at the point, Erdman shot on, and that was a great opportunity for a redirection, but no, Sun Devils were able to get a stick on it, and that'll go up and out of play. And you could see all 5 Rams looking like a bunch of meerkats once they were able to hear that whistle, just snap their heads over to the bench, as that was a tired group out there. Puck still loose in center ice, but it's finally taken by Schultz and dumped down with 90 seconds left in this first period of play. Trent Hines behind his net to Shaw. Could be a momentarily of a 2-on-1 play. Lakovsky drops that one for Decker. Decker still with it shot on, and that's blocked away by Rodin. Redrow. Lakovsky throws it back down, now under 60 seconds left in the period. Blurred. Pins up the Colorado State player. It's taken away by Schultz. Studioso hustling to it. Shot on, and he ends up electing to go short side, and that'll miss wide. Rams are trying to collect it, and they finally do. It's a 2-on-1. Hosworth, a great read to intercept the pass. Decker gets that one in front and takes a couple hops, but it goes to Arizona State player. Studioso, 25 left. Unable to get around Golden. Kruk jumping into play, but he skates past it. It's now a 2-on-1 again for the Rams. Shot on from DeBerardinis, and he scores again. Just as the clock was ticking down to end this first period, the Rams end up getting another one to pad the lead to 2. A little too overeager for Kruk as he was a defenseman and only had one man back, ends up overskating the puck. And the Rams were able to attack on a 2-on-1. And the hot stick of DeBerardinis strikes again. As the seconds tick down, maybe one more opportunity for the Sun Devils. Shaw trying to send that one in front, but unable to find anybody, and that'll do it for the first period of play. Arizona State, if you look at the shot clock, was definitely indicative of the play on the ice as they were leading 14-9, and we're doing a great job on all puck battles and 5-on-5 play, but in hockey sometimes the bounces don't go your way, and now for Arizona State you're heading into the locker room down 2. We'll see how the Sun Devils respond on the other side of this intermission, as we'll bring you live second period action here at Oceanside Ice Arena. At the end of 1, Colorado State 2, Arizona State nothing. This is Arizona State Hockey YouTube.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Second period, where players dash with skates aflash. The home team trails behind, but they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Third period, last game in the playoffs too. Oh, take me where the hockey players face off down the rink, and the Stanley Cup is all filled up for the champs who win the drink. Now the final flick of a hockey stick and a one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the home team wins the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep,
black. With flowers and my love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away. Like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it into black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. No more will my green seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning sun.
I see your dirty face, hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God to justify the way you live a lie, live a lie, live a lie. And you take your time, and you do no crime. Will you make your bed? I made mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Now the son's disgraced, he who knew his father when he cursed his name, turned and chased the dollar, but it broke his heart, so he stuck his middle finger to the world, to the world, to the world. And you take your time, and you stand in line, where you'll get what's yours. I got mine. Because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. I can take you higher, what this is. For God, I must now remind you, let it rock, let it rock, let it rock. Yeah, Wayne's World, Planet Rock, Penny's Drive, and the top. And she gon' rock to the camera stop. I sing about angels like Angel Eye, rock, and Pay My Life, rock, and Samadai, rock, and Amanda, and Tamara. Why I'm in here like, what's up, mechanic me? I can fix you up, I can pick you up, I can get you down. Shout it, we could go wherever, just pick a town. And my jewelry is louder than an engine sound. Big egg rocks like on the ground. Dirty like socks that's on the ground. We say, because when I arrive, I'll bring the fire, make you come alive. Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the park. I don't get lighter, the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. Oh, I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in a sky full of stars, I think I see you. I think I see
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I Men's Ice Hockey. I'm Brett Vaughn, up here in the press box at Oceanside Ice Arena, and as we get this second period underway, Arizona State faces a 2-goal deficit. As for most of that first period, the Sun Devils were the better team of being able to generate scoring chances, but just weren't able to cash in, and the Rams, very opportunistic, were able to punch in twice, courtesy of Maximilian D. Baradinas. Of course, in the second period of play, it'll be a long change for both teams, and so we'll see if there's any scoring opportunities because of that. Rams win the opening draw to start this period, And that's tipped in by a Kleiner. Phillips with some speed. Cross-ice pass to now DeBolt. He'll go for the cross-ice dump back to Phillips. Phillips shielding that puck away, but shown to the boards by Shaw. Phillips still working hard, but Mastis for the Rams trying to clear it. He does, but they turn over at the red line. Mastis digging for it underneath Phillips. It'll come to DeBerardinis. Turned over to Cooch, and now to Lackey by himself. Lackey shot on, blocked by the leg of Hines. He'll try to hit the stretch pass. He does to DeBerardinis, and dumped in by a Kleiner. Good pace to start the second period of play by both teams, as everybody's moving their feet. Turned over by Tillman for the Rams. But feigning on the shot was Rudrow, and now the Sun Devils go the other way. Shaw back to Kylie Ram. He circles around the net in front to Tillman. The one-timer stopped by Simon. Shaw centers at it. Out again, up to the point. Hosworth fakes the shot. Point shot from Kruk gets blocked in the corner. Rams have some numbers. To Vickers. Vickers snap shot on, and calm and cool and collected was Rodin making that stop. Both teams trading chances in the second period, and great opportunity fell to the stick of one of the guys you want on this Arizona State team, Connor Tillman, with 11 goals on the season, but ended up shooting it just directly into the goaltender, Simon, not really making it hard on the goaltender. Huntbond with the stretch pass, misses. It'll now allow Young to set up behind his net. Young walks out with it, almost turned over, but it'll come to Tillman. Tillman, Aaron pass to Shaw, and that ends up putting Arizona State offside. ACU elects to swap out the forward line, and comes on the ice as Plurd, Schultz, Studioso. Again, one of those new lines that Arizona State's trying to switch up the forward look. Schultz dropping it to Erdman, to his partner Young. Young jumps in the play. Studioso, as he thought Erdman was going to continue his skating to the net, but it gets taken away. Plurd now with speed. Shot on. Simon didn't save it the first time, and he had to collect the rebound. As the Rams didn't like how Erdman ended up finishing hard and stopping right in front of the goaltender, Simon, and they'll have a couple words with each other. Linesman getting both teams set up properly. Draw one by the Rams, and they clear it down. Puck's rolling end over end. Is it going to hit the goal line? It does. That ends up going for an icing call. Fortunate for Arizona State with this being a new period that ice is nice and slick out there, and that allows the puck to trickle all the way down over past the goal line, and they get the icing. One clean by Studioso. Olsen at the point. Point shot on, rebound goes all the way to the blue line, and the shot from the Bolt goes wide. One-timer shot, and Simon makes another stop in the butterfly stance. The Bolt, point shot on, still loose in front, and Schultz had the puck fall to his stick, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Puck caught up underneath the Rams player, Olsen, battling for it. We'll get it over to the Bolt. Dump it ends up hitting the linesman. It'll come to Schultz. His pass gets intercepted by Hines, and now the Rams trying to break it out, and they can't. They turn it over. Studioso to Schultz at the top of the key. Schultz shot on. Rebound in front. Still loose. Schultz trying to center that one as Simon was out of his net momentarily. He's back in. Kruk keeps it in. Cross-ice pass to Plurd. Arizona State feels like they're getting something going now. Kruk. The one-timer shot. Studioso recollects. Swaps a spot with Kruk. Fakes the shot. Still with it. Shot on. Blocked. Now to Hosworth. The one-timer shot. Still loose. Rams are reeling right now, and they're able to clear it. Hines by himself as the rest of his teammates were going for a change, and luckily his goaltender intervened to get the whistle. What a sequence by Arizona State. A handful of grade A opportunities, but none of them were able to go. We'll see if that momentum can carry over to the next line for Arizona State. Kept in by Kruk. Kruk rims it all the way around to Franklin. Just a little shy of 5 minutes has gone by in the second period. Rams still holding that 2-0 lead. Puck goes up and out of play into the Arizona State bench, and we'll have a whistle. Definitely a great sign if you're supporting Arizona State, as they've come out in the second period and have been still matching that intensity that they were showing in the first period, and not feeling discouraged or sorry for themselves that they're down 2 goals. Puck finally dropped by the linesman. So now come to the Rams player as it was kind of bobbling down, and Vickers was able to settle that. Rams unable to get a clean breakout. Keller behind the net, centers that in front, gets taken away by Kleiner, kept in. As the puck's been down in the Colorado State end for the past couple minutes, Rams are able to clear it all the way down. Icing waved off, and they'll go for a quick change. Marchand to Grady Franklin, trying to give it back, but just out of the reach for Marchand. Phillips up at the point again. Erdman passing the skates of Lackey. Young will just try and keep it, and he does. Doan rims it back over to the weak side. Phillips, Young there. Able to skate it out is Rudrow. But the Rams turned over in the neutral zone again. Lackey drops it to Cooch, but Cooch felt some pressure, just dumps it in. Cooch battling a couple Rams players, looking for some help. Kylie Ram straight off the bench. He's able to work with them. Couldn't get anything to the net, though, and Noah Decker dumps it in. Rams now in the offensive zone. That point shot goes wide from Doan. Another shot high, and Rodin, with that big 6'4" frame, snaps it out of the air. And there'll be a face-off in the Arizona State zone. Puck grabbed by DeBolt. Off the face-off, ramp to Schultz. Schultz ends up taking a hard hit there, but play continues, and he's fighting through it. Schultz at the point, Olsen to DeBolt. DeBolt with it. His point shot gets blocked and ramped up and out of play by the stick of Lakovsky. Enjoying seeing Arizona State really utilizing their team speed when they get the puck in their own zone, of being able to play quickly in a transition and get some chances off the rush. Won by the Sun Devils. Olsen, redirection play. Out in front, Kylie Ram whacks at it, and that puck was fumbling end over end, and they ended up fluttering in the air and giving time for Simon to make the glove stop. Sun Devils out shooting the Rams by more than a 2-1 margin. Won by Colagrosso for the Rams. Ruda just gets it out in the neutral zone, and the Sun Devils will have to touch up. 12-10 in the second period. No goals have been scored so far in this period. Shaw skates and cuts in, elects to go for the wrist shot. Kicked into the corner by Rodin. Colagrosso with it. Centers that in front. It'll find the stick of the Bolt. Kylie Ram fakes the pass. Hits the brakes. Shot on, gets blocked. And he'll go for a change. Schultz out there by himself, and he ends up getting physical with Golden. Gaining center ice is Connor Kruk. Out of Plurd, goes behind the net to Studioso. To Tillman. Tillman fans on the shot, and he had Plurd backdoor, but the pass was a little too hot to handle. Osworth to Kruk. His point shot on, ends up hitting his own player Plurd and goes to the corner. Tillman leaves it for Hosworth, and Hosworth wasn't expecting that puck to come to him, and Sun Devils have to regroup. The lane with it is Kruk. Plurd's backhand shot still loose in front. Simon had to look behind him because he doesn't know where it was. Because that was a good shift this time by Plurd and Tillman and Studioso, as those lines are being jumbled again by head coach Austin Klein. Especially that one-timer opportunity in front by Tillman was maybe the highlight of that shift. They don't know where it is. It'll come to Mastis. Mastis looking for three was DeBerardinis, but it's stopped by Rodin, and that shot from DeBerardinis again misses wide. Phillips enters in, wrist shot on, blocked into the corner. Doan button hooks in his own zone, but he turns it over to Kruk. Arizona State activating from the blue line. Young to Kruk. Kruk to Phillips. Snapshot on, and Simon was able to track that one into the glove. What a performance by Sam Simon so far. Has faced 27 shots, and he's shut them all out to this point. And as we have that exchange, it ends up being a penalty awarded to Colorado State. And the Sun Devils, with a couple of good shifts before this power play, can maybe cut this lead in half. Marchand's point shot ends up hitting a couple bodies, trickling wide of the net. Shaw cycles it down to Studioso. Tillman, Studioso. They play pitch and catch on the left side of the ice. Shot on, they score! Brendan Studioso ends up adding his 18th of the year, and it couldn't come at a better time. As it might have lulled Colorado State to sleep over there, as it was Studioso and Tillman playing pitch and catch on the left side of the ice, and once Studioso got it, it was almost a no-look shot as he was looking more likely like he was going to pass the puck rather than shoot it, and that quick shot ends up catching Simon off guard to the glove side. And just past midway through the second period, the Sun Devils cut this lead down to 1. Bukowski kicking it out to Decker. Decker's shot, and they score! No less than 10 seconds in, after Arizona State cuts the lead in half, the Rams restore it. Ends up being a turnover on their own blue line, and Lukovsky was able to find a streaking Decker on the left side, and he ends up snapping one past Rodin. And that short-lived one-goal lead was just that short-lived, and the Rams move it up back up to 2. Cooch has a shot blocked up into the rafters and out of play. Where it seems that Arizona State maybe was able to see some light at the end of the tunnel, the Rams are doing their best to try to keep them at bay. Looks to be a face-off infringement spotted by the back linesman. Making sure that each player's mind their P's and Q's. One by the Sun Devils. Olsen gets the puck taken away. It's 3-on-2 for the Rams. Lukovsky's shot gets blocked by the stick of DeBolt. Arizona State, I can hear some of the players trying to keep their teammates into this game. As we still got a period and a half left to go here at Oceanside Ice Arena. And the Sun Devils, if they're looking like they're going to have to really grind this one out to try and take the lead in this game. DeBolt unable to get it to Cooch. Phillips is there. Phillips is able to croquet that one into his possession. Sealing the wall there is Ford for the Rams. Olsen, chip off the glass. Cooch is unable to get to that puck first. Sun Devils try to finish off a change with their forward lines. Kylie Ram, he'll fork that one in the corner. Lackey takes a look behind his shoulder. Cooch. Him and Kyle Green get tangled up. Vickers, he's being harassed by Kylie Ram, but maybe one of the better skaters on this Rams team as he still has the puck. Some great edge work being shown by the puck handler. Ford overhandles the puck, and he turns it over to Kylie Ram. Erdman indirectly played to Marchand. Shaw gloves it down and ends up being touched by Schultz first. It ends up being a hand pass, and that's why the play's whistled down. Face off to the left of Rodine. Linesmen are being real sticklers tonight in the circle. Trying to make sure both teams are staying outside. Sun Devils win it. Marchand chips it up and out of play. Doan. Tape to tape pass. Huntbond rims it all the way down to Marchand. In the corner, it's turned over. Colagrosso. Wrist shot on high. Rodine is able to get a whistle with 7:01 remaining in the second period of play. This is the first game of a 3-game homestand for Arizona State. And the Sun Devils will be playing tomorrow night against University of Colorado Boulder, and that one will be at 8:50 puck drop local time. We hope you join us. Kruk goes a little too high off the glass on that clearing attempt, and we'll have another whistle. It's great to see number 27, Connor Kruk's parents in town. Got to meet them in the snack bar, and they're proud, loyal viewers, and we appreciate that. Definitely have to make a bit of a trek to come out to Arizona, as the Kruks hail from Wisconsin. Busy have aforementioned Kruk clearing that one out. It'll find Plurd. It's a 3-on-2. Studioso trying to elect for the shot pass, and that gets blocked by Doan, and we'll have another whistle down and no change on the play. Face-off ends up also going to stay in Colorado State's end. Studioso trying to send that one in front of Plurd, and the puck was up in the air, or else Plurd was probably able to tuck that one home. Kruk having some trouble handling the puck as the ice looks pretty chewed up as we're nearing the end of the second period. Rodine, he'll tee it up for Brendan Studioso, the lone ASU player on the score sheet tonight. Tillman, he's unable to get the puck away from Mastis. Up in the air now. Kleiner will dump it in and go for a change. Plurd gives it right back to the Bolt. Cooch, a nice spinorama move out of his own zone. He will go ahead and retrieve that dump in. Hines goes D to Shaw. Rams will clear it out, but will be a little too aggressive and go all the way down. Rams haven't had the cleanest of breakouts, as there have been a lot of icing calls when they're trying to break out, but it has not come back to bite them, as the Sun Devils, although they've been good in the circle, have not been able to cash anything in, either off of a set play or their continued possession once they win that initial draw. One by Phillips. Erdman to Lackey, but ends up catching an edge and falling down. Noah Decker gets around Erdman, centers that in front, but it's cleared away to the other side. Lukovsky gets pinned to the wall by Erdman. At the blue line, Phillips for Arizona State cuts across the center ice line. Ends up losing control of it as he skates into three Colorado State defenders. And that ends up going out of play. Since that puck was cleared into the Arizona State bench, that'll allow the Rams to switch up personnel if they elect to. As here we have the linesman again, this time talking to Colorado State of making sure everybody stays on their side of the ice. Won by the Rams. Blakovsky. Icing waved off as Erdman was transitioning, and linesman thought he was able to go ahead and touch it. Nice pass to Franklin. One-timer shot from Erdman as he had enough speed on it, but ends up clipping the top shoulder pad of the goaltender Simon, or else maybe that could have been a second goal for the Sun Devils. As Erdman ended up coming in with a lot of speed and a lot of momentum on that shot. Puck being fought for. Kylie Ram unable to get it to the point. Good stick by Hosworth is able to allow Arizona State to dump it back in. Golden ends up taking a hard hit as Brady Franklin gets physical, and now it's a turnover to Kylie Ram. Ram looking for the redirection. Franklin, his shot gets blocked. Kleiner dumps that in for the Rams. Kylie Ram has it caught up in his skates. It'll find Kleiner, though, for Colorado State. Kruk. He has some time with it. He'll delay. Hosworth will jump up into play on the right side. Drops it for Keller. Keller's shot ends up hitting a Colorado State body, and out of play. Rams have been doing a good job as their goaltenders face a lot of rubber, but it could be a lot more if it wasn't for a few of these keys, either blocks by their body or stick on the Arizona State shooters. Studioso ends up winning the draw too clean, and Olsen has to go back in his own zone. Studioso to Tillman. Tillman shot on, and that was blocked by Kneeling Doan. DeBolt ends up getting the puck taken away by Decker. Decker was unable to get the shot through cleanly as DeBolt recovered defensively. Been a fast second period, also a fast skating one as well on the ice. As both teams have traded a goal apiece. Rams win that draw, but they'll have to go back to the center ice line. Hines, hard rim around, evades the goaltender Rodin. Tillman turns it over directly to Colagrasso. I think he was expecting Plurd to be there instead. Ruda, backhander, rebound in front, and they score. A quick transition play by Colorado State, and that rebound ends up getting picked up by the Rams. Cashing that one in was number 15, Anthony Colagrasso. And the Rams now move their lead to a 3-goal lead by the score of 4-1. And as well, during this stoppage in play, we also are going to be having a goaltending change as Dawson Rodine is going to be swapped out for number 30, Eric Garber. Wouldn't say that Rodine has had a poor game tonight. Maybe definitely not the best game, but might also be more of a message to the Arizona State players by head coach Austin Klein. Draw one by the Rams. 2:25 remaining in the second period. Lackey bats the puck down, but he gives it right back to the Rams. Puck gets dumped down low, and we'll have a whistle, and ends up being a call against Arizona State as it's going to be a cross-checking to the defenseman Ian Erdman, and Sun Devils now not doing themselves any favors, already down 3 goals, and they give the Rams a power play opportunity. One by the Rams. DeBerardinis has 2 goals, looking for that hat trick tonight. Vickers dumps it down low. Matthew Young in there for the Sun Devils, just pinning that puck to the wall, trying to kill some clock. Lackey unable to clear it. In the corner, Rams seal the wall, and they keep it in. Kleiner shot up high on Garber. That's his first stop of the game, and he makes it. Young unable to clear that out. Vickers swaps spots with DeBordinis, and Olsen gets his leg in the way of that shot. DeBerardinis walks right in, and Olsen makes another block shot, his second on the shift. Under 60 seconds left in this period. Vickers shot on in front, and Garber had to fight for that rebound against the forward, Colagrasso, for the Rams, and he was the one to win that battle. Not an easy job coming in cold turkey for any goaltender, but especially when you come into a situation where you have to kill a penalty. Definitely allows you to get warm pretty quick, as you're going to be seeing a lot of rubber and a lot of possible shooting opportunities. Phillips is able to muster enough energy to skate that puck out, and it gets cleared by Schultz. This penalty is just going to be about to expire just before the period ends. Centered out in front, Kruk is fielding that one in the corner, and ends up being a hand pass by Colorado State. Face-off will be outside of the Arizona State zone. Sun Devils win it. Schultz skates it. 2-on-2. Phillips one-timer shot. Kind of heels it. Doesn't get all the power he wanted on it. Hines. 5 seconds. Arizona State's killed off the penalty. Short angle shot loose in front. And that'll do it for the second period of play. Both teams end up trading goals, as Arizona State scored to cut the lead in half, but it was less than a few seconds before Colorado State got their lead back. And the Rams ended up scoring in the latter half of the second period to push the lead to 3. Sun Devils have some work to do in front of them. And they'll get 15 minutes to recollect themselves, and I'll get 15 minutes to try and get warm. At the end of 2 periods of play, Colorado State leading by the score of 4-1 against ASU. And we'll bring you live 3rd period action in just under 15 minutes on Arizona State Hockey YouTube.
Well, I went down to the local arena, asked to see the manager man. He came from his office, said, "Son, can I help you?" Looked at him and said, "Yes, you can." Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do. Now, ever since I was young, it's been my dream that I might drive the Zamboni machine. I get that ice just as slick as could be, and all the kids would look up to me. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do. Now the manager said, "Son, I know it looks keen, but that right there's one expensive machine." And I got Smokey, who's been driving for years. About that time I broke down in tears, 'cause I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yeah, I want to drive the Zamboni. Yes, I do.
so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And I hope that you are having the time of your life. But think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the heart to live the lives I wanna live. And all I remember is thinking I wanna be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And there's no coincidence. In this farewell, there's no blood, there's no alibi. 'Cause I've drawn regret from the truth of 1,000 lies. So let mercy come and wash away what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I become.
And welcome back to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's presentation of ACHA Division I Men's Ice Hockey. I am Brett Vaughn, and we have just 20 minutes left tonight, this evening. And the Sun Devils are trying to climb out of a 3-goal hole. Draw one by Colorado State. The Bolt trying to clear that one away. He's unable to get any help from Studioso. Down the corner now, Plurd. Trying to rip up. And put that one in. Olsen out of reach for Tillman. Icing waved off. Tillman back in, playing it down low, but Max Kleiner's there for the Rams. The Rams end up winning tonight. That'll be 3 games in a row, as well as 3 road game wins in a row. Shot on from DeBaradinas, and good stop by Eric Garber. If you're joining us late, Garber was not the original starting goaltender tonight. It was number 31, Dawson Rodine, but there ended up being a goalie change near the end of that second period. Garber, he is the goalie with the most amount of games for Arizona State, with an overall record of 6-6. As he's now in to relieve Rodine. Kruk rims it back around to Hosworth. Hosworth trying to get there. Chopping at it. Third time's the charm, and it's a 2-on-1 for Arizona State. Lackey to Hosworth. Hosworth's shot, and it's blocked by a sprawling Lakowski, and the forward on the back check stops a goal opportunity. Decker, he centers that in front, and that redirects in front of Garber, and looks like a track meet has turned up at Oceanside Ice Arena as we're going end to end. Decker frisbees that pass to Lakowski, and his shot misses high. Decker back out to the middle of the ice, and he puts that one up over the net. Vickers, he'll delay, wait for his line mates to get on the ice, and it's turned over. Cooch still with it, the backhand, ends up being easily stopped and punched out of play by Simon.
Once again, the winner of tonight's raffle is number 8164-580. Come to the front of the ring to claim your prize.
For ASU, they've had the chances tonight, over 30 shots. But Simon has been very impressive so far for the Rams. In the corner with it is Huntbon, and it'll find Stepan Ruda. Ruda backhands that one in. Erdman helps that one along to Schultz. Schultz unable to connect with Cooch. Erdman had to dive for that one as he was chopping that to keep it out of play, and play is whistled down as the Rams ended up going offside because of it. After this weekend against the Colorado schools, Arizona State has a lot of games left with the main arch rival, the University of Arizona Wildcats, with one of them taking place at the newly built Mold Arena on campus. As that'll be taking place on Wednesday, February 1st. As that'll be a momentous occasion, as that'll be the first time The Arizona State Club men's program plays on campus. Tickets are actually on sale for that right now, so if you feel inclined to do so and attend to a great spectacle and event, you can find tickets on our social media platforms and a website. Or if you're unable to make it, we're going to be having it live and broadcasted here on Arizona State Hockey YouTube. So either way, you're covered. Franklin, Kalaki, Marchand, shot through, rebound in front. Keller trying to reach for it, but he's unable to get it. Cleared out by the Rams. Girdman fends off a forechecker Green. Rams trying to complete a change. Franklin tips that one into the corner. Ty Doan builds up some speed in his own zone. Still with it. Doan to the center of the ice and ends up trying to stuff it in short side, but holding his stance was the goaltender Garber. Doan runs it around the Kleiner. Chipping it up and out of play was Plurd, but ends up going to the Arizona State bench, and we'll have a whistle with 15-18 in the third period. Draw one by Arizona State. They'll chip it all the way down, but it ends up going a little too far, and it'll be an icing. Plurd wins it clean to the Bolt. Tillman helps it along. Beat him to the puck first was Ty Doan. Doan rims it around, but it comes to Olsen. Shot on, and Simon's able to pick that one up, making that his 32nd shot faced. Puck kept in by Olsen as he had to jump and climb for that one, but ended up being one of his teammates touching that puck first, and it'll be it'll be a hand pass. Sun Devils gain the offensive zone, but they turn it over right at the blue line. Young communicates with Kruk saying he has it. Stretch pass for Tillman. Ends up missing a stick, and icing ends up being called by the linesman. See the forward line for Colorado State trying to set something up as Rudrow is talking to his defenseman. Might end up working. Lakovsky had it for a moment, but doesn't end up actually getting a shot on. Plurd unable to skate by Hines. Rams chip it down deep. Icing waved off as Rudrow will be the first one to get there. He walks out with it. Lakovsky on the backside, and Garber makes a nice stop moving from his right to his left. Puck gets passed by Studioso's stick, and Rams will keep it. High touch from Lakovsky. Ends up being whistled down. Not sure what Lakovsky was trying to do there. He definitely knew it was a high touch, but he tried to deke the goalie anyway. Always, I guess, a good time to get some practice in. Phillips in the circle for ASU. He wins it. Erdman's point shot on, and that gets sticked into the side by Simon. Shaw beats his man to the puck. Golden trying to skate away from it. Gets turned over. And the play is whistled down. It'll continue. Now it's finally whistled. Ends up being a slashing call against Shaw. Is a little bit of a tough one because Shaw and Vickers were both fighting for it in the corner. And when they were fighting for it, Shaw was trying to lift and bat the stick away of Vickers towards the puck. But since Vickers ends up losing possession of his stick, the referee felt deemed that it was worth a penalty call. For Arizona State, down 3 goals. It's tough enough 5-on-5, let alone when you're down a man. And they're going to be that way for 2 minutes. Colorado State possesses the puck. Lakovsky trying to size up a shot down low to Mesa. Still loose in front, and they score. Noah Decker gets his second of the game, and Colorado State adds another one. Took Colorado State 18 seconds on that power play to make the most of it. As ended up going in back door by the Rams. Tough one for Garber to face, as there's a lot of possible shooters that could have gotten that puck and released it on him. And we'll resume play. Schultz gets the puck caught up in the linesman's skates. Arizona State has to touch up to get back onside. They finally do. Doan over to Mestis, and since Mestis ended up putting his hand on the puck, it's a hand pass. Or pardon me, that was Arizona State. It looks to be Schultz. That might have been the one that ended up doing the hand pass, and he's trying to get an explanation from the referee. For Colorado State, they're not going to have to travel too far this weekend, as they'll be facing Grand Canyon for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday, after this game tonight. Could probably sleep in the same beds they're going to be in, which is nice. Kylie Ram centers that in front, gets taken away by the Rams and chipped away by DeBardinas, but kept in. Kylie Ram. Hosworth shot on. Puck still loose in front. It'll come to Kruk. That shot will miss wide. Kylie Ram trying to center that in front. That time intercepting it was Doan, and fortunately the Rams can't clear, and it'll stay in their zone. Though the scoreline might seem lopsided, I think if anybody was viewing the full game and got the full picture of what happened, I don't think Arizona State maybe played as bad as it indicates on the scoreboard. They're keeping at it though. Kruk, point shot, misses wide. Hosworth, one-timer shot, and that ends up getting healed by Studioso and not going to the net. Baltus, he can't send that one in front. And now Plurd comes in the offensive zone. Plurd around one player, but he ends up getting the puck taken away as the defensive partner, Shaw, did a nice job negating that chance. Plurd trying to get there, unable to, as it was a stick of Vickers getting there first. Sun Devils come back in. Studioso to Marchand. Marchand with it. Now he fires. Loose in front. And that's cleared out of the zone by the Rams. Puck almost coming to Simon, but he has a couple teammates able to push that to the corner. Billick gets some help from Vickers. Vickers by himself, but it's a good stick by Marchand to poke it away, and he takes it for himself. Marchand's wrist shot, and that's blocked by Simon and out of play. Arizona State still skating hard. Now down 4 goals. Rams are 12-11 on the season. So it's definitely something they're not shy about in terms of being able to close out games. And with the 4-goal lead, they probably feel good about their chances. One by Arizona State. Maybe if anything that can be positive, that can be taken out of this game, is that they've been very good in the face-off circle. Tillman gets butted up with Vickers in the corner. Total of 4 players now in the rugby scrum. Vickers walks out with it. Loses it momentarily, and Tillman locks horns with him again. Marchand whips a shot through. Tillman unable to release the shot as he got his stick lifted. Wow, somehow still with it is Huntbon, and is unable to get past a couple of Arizona State players, and we'll have a whistle. And it's going to be a penalty against Colorado State. So with 9:09 remaining in the third period, Arizona State with the golden opportunity to try and get back into this. Play resumes. It's won by Arizona State. Backdoor was Olsen, and he was just unable to locate that pass from Erdman. Erdman, Kruk. Kruk's pass gets interfered with by Decker. Cromwell unable to clear it. Olsen's pass gets taken away. Erdman can't keep it in. 30 seconds has passed on the man advantage. Kylie Ram ends up getting shown to the wall and cleared away by Decker. Kruk by himself as he's trying to look for some support. Erdman's there to bail him out. 60 seconds left on the power play. Kylie Ram drops it for Marchand. Marchand shot on, and Simon again is able to stand tall and put that one in the corner. the captain, Clayton Lackey, to Marchand. Marchand fakes the pass. Tries to change the angle. Now to Lackey. Behind the net, Studioso. Studioso still with it. Drops it for Lackey. Lackey trying to fit the pass through. Ends up hitting a Colorado State leg. Kept in. Lackey fires this one, but ends up getting blocked. And Doan, by himself, killing the remainder of the power play. Rams are back even now. Tillman on the right side, unable to deke past Shaw. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Studioso trying to get something going by himself, but on the back check was Kleiner for the Rams. Tillman near the end of his shift will just dump it down and go for a change. 6:30 remains left in the hockey game. Nice breakout by the Rams. Gibardinas' shot saved by Garber. Gibardinas in the corner to Kleiner. Quick shot on by Shaw. Doesn't get all of it. Olsen with the headman pass to Cooch. Cooch hesitates, but two Colorado players collapse on him and take the puck away. Rams have been doing a really good job in their own zone defensively because Arizona State has had a lot of possession in there, but the Rams have been doing either a great job of keeping Arizona State to the perimeter or been able to clear away traffic and possible Arizona State shooters on second chance opportunities. Shaw steps out with it, dumps it all the way down. It'll go for an icing with 5:06 left in the game. As some of you may know, Oceanside Ice Arena, this barn has been home to the Arizona State Men's Club Ice Hockey program for a very long time now, is going to be shutting its doors near the end of late March. Some place that I am definitely fond of, as my college career took place here as well in the maroon and gold. As they'll be doing a swan song for this building on the last day it's here. It'll be a final skate for anybody that wants to come, open to the public, of being able to share their last time on the ice sheet here at this very spot. Eric Garber makes a stop. Had to face a few opportunities against the Rams, coming in relief for the goaltender Dawson Rodin. Ruda, unable to find his teammate, Ian Erdman. The new Sun Devil drops it for Lackey. Quick shot on. Lackey's one-timer shot misses wide. Lackey collects it. Drops it for Studioso. Simon leaves it for his defenseman. 4 minutes left in the third period. Cromwell getting some instructions barked in by some of his teammates on the ice, allows them to dump it back in the offensive zone. Cooch, great job to win the race and beat out the icing call. The Bolt had some trouble keeping the puck in and has to go back in his own zone. Simon elects to keep the play going. He'll try to rim it out of his own zone, and it goes out. Doan's pass is rolling and rolling and rolling and going for an icing. Sun Devils win the draw. Tillman will wind up in fire, miss high. Shaw with it, centered in front. Down the corner, Cromwell is battling with Kylie Ram. Shaw getting in there again. Hosworth, slap shot blocked. Kylie Ram ends up falling and losing a tire. Rams just trying to kill the rest of this clock. They dump it all the way down for an icing. As the forward up there for the Rams green, I don't think was expecting that tough of a pass to handle. There's always a great feeling playing when you end up facing a defeat that if you're able to go ahead and play the next day, you can maybe get it out of your system, and that's going to be just what Arizona State's going to be able to get, as they'll be playing tomorrow night against the Colorado Buffaloes, and that game will be a 8:50 puck drop local time here in Arizona. And if you're unable to make it to Oceanside Ice Arena, we hope you join us on the broadcast tomorrow night. Lukowski dumps it in. Erdman touches it up, and we'll have a whistle. And it looks to be a roughing call on ASU. Looks to be only one referee calling that penalty, as more of a borderline call, but I think the referees are just trying to make sure that the lid stays on this game. As usually when there's a big defeat for one team or the other, want to make sure there's no extracurricular activity. Phillips wins it. The Bolt can't clear it. Kleiner has this power play. If the Rams don't score, is going to expire at the same time the game clock will be. Out in front, Kleiner by himself, and Garber does a great job sealing the post. It'll be interesting to see as well who's going to be in between the pipes for Arizona State tomorrow night. And plays whistle down. And ends up looking to be an interference call, as Max Kleiner, off of the offensive zone draw for the Rams, ended up getting tied up a little too much with a Sun Devil player, and so it's going to be 4-on-4 action now for the remainder of the game. Defensive zone draw won by the Rams. They'll take it out to the center ice line, but Tillman on the back check gets it. One-timer from Studioso as he doesn't end up getting a clean attempt on that one-timer opportunity and gave enough time for Simon to move over. Draw won by Decker. Doan overskates the puck. Cromwell can't get it out. Studioso gets stood up, doesn't know where the puck is, but it'll scoot out into the center ice line. Kruk, under 60 seconds left now, left in the game. Hosworth gets around one Rams player, can't get around the other, and it's turned over. DeBerardinis trying to find a streaking Dome, but the pass is behind. 35 seconds left now. Kruk, ASU just trying to get maybe one more goal, and a couple of players get tangled up behind the play. It's Hosworth and Decker, and the linesmen have to separate both of the players. Interesting, you usually don't see Jack Hosworth get that heated, as he's one of the more even-keeled players on the Arizona State roster. Now the referees are deliberating in the ref's circle on what it's going to be. It looks to be a 5-minute major penalty awarded to Arizona State's Jack Hosworth, even though we only have 28 seconds left. And for 28.6 seconds, it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for the Rams. Play finally resumes. Cleared up by Kruk. Hines in his own zone. Maybe one or two more opportunities at the apple for the Rams. DeBerardinis, he's still trying to look for that hat trick. 8 seconds left. Oh, wind up in fire. Young blocks it. 3 seconds left. It's cleared all the way down. And that'll do it for this one. As the Sun Devils come off the ice. An unfortunate result for them tonight, as they just came off a game against crosstown rivals Grand Canyon University and had a really good effort and performance on Saturday, but were unable to follow it up. Since these teams only face once this weekend, we'll have the traditional handshakes happen, as Colorado State will be facing Grand Canyon tomorrow and Saturday night. As it's cordial between both teams. Even the referees get in on the handshaking action as well. And we'll see before we pan off the ice. The Sun Devils are wanting to salute the crowd, as I did see a lot of friends and family for some of their respective players were out tonight. And they're saluting to them. As we get everything situated here, in the press box at Oceanside Ice Arena. I am Brett Vaughn. And for Arizona State, definitely not the result they wanted tonight. But during the game and during the run of play, they might have been maybe even the better team of sorts as the shots finalized at the end of the game, 41-27 in favor of the Sun Devils. But for my player of the game tonight, it's going to be the goaltender for Colorado State, number 31, Sam Simon. Again, we go over the shot totals for the game. Simon did a great job, especially in that first period, of settling the ship for his guys. It's always tough for a team on that first game when you're traveling, being able to get situated. And for the goaltender, Simon, he did a great job of keeping his team in it and long enough for them to still sustain play and eventually get a hold of this hockey game. Our next broadcast here at Arizona State Hockey YouTube will be tomorrow night as the Sun Devils will face the University of Colorado Boulder Buffaloes, and puck drop and broadcast time will be 8:50 local time. Before we leave tonight, I want to say thank you to a very special group of people. Our cameraman tonight was Wyatt Palmer. Our audio engineer was John Vaughn, and our statistician tonight was Kelly Chase. One final time from Oceanside Ice Arena tonight. Arizona State loses to the Colorado State Rams by the score of 5-1. So long, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching Arizona State ACHA Hockey YouTube. Good night from Oceanside.